This is November 4 Whiskey Yankee Echo.
Roger, Roger. Whiskey Yankee Echo. And what's the name, please?
Whiskey Yankee Echo. And what's the name, please?
LEE-N4WYE.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I copied that one. Last week we had a Lee, and I misunderstood it. It sounded like we, and so I was calling him we. When in doubt, double check with phonetics, Roger.
Double check with phonetics, Roger.
I hadn't tuned it up. I was interested in your tuning up the 7300s, and I've been, kind of watching some of the. I'm new. Let me back up. I'm new again to ham radio. I've been back into it for about a year now, and was out of it for about 40 years while I was working. So I'm one of the retired guys, thank goodness. And I think what you're doing on the air seems to be helping a fair number of people from what I've seen so far. So bless you for doing that. Yeah, I don't know if mine's set up right or not, but I sure would appreciate your opinion and try to affect some change. N4WYE.
Oh, Roger Lee, what radio are you running, sir?
It's a 7300. 7300. I've had it about a year.
Okay, conditions are not real good. You were kind of in and out, but when you were in, your audio curve looked really good. Had a lot of, nice bottom end, nice top end. So the only thing I could suggest would be that you would make sure that you have your compressor engaged at a 3. That 7300 is a beautiful radio, so engage your compressor at a 3. Roger, Roger.
I've been planning my next project is probably an amplifier, but I want to go ahead and get this 7300 tuned up. So that's where I am. Thanks.
Roger Lee, we doubled just a little bit there. I'm saying your ballistics, the dynamic range looks pretty good, but double check to be sure you are running your compressor engaged at a 3. Engage that compressor of the 7300 at a 3. Roger, it's a token amount, but it does exactly what it needs to do.
Okay, I'm not so sure I know how to set that thing now that I look at it. Don't think I've ever set it before. Mine's peaking. If I put it on the compressor setting, it's peaking up to about at the highest 5 or 6, and we're usually peaking up about around 3.
Yeah, not what you want to do is the compressor has a number, and you have a little rotary thing there, and you adjust the compressor, get the compressor up, and just put it at 3. That's the input level. You want a 3 on your compressor. Roger?
Okay, I've got it on now, I think. I had it on 5, apparently. Now it's on 3.
Roger. Now, you're using the stock hand mic, Roger?
That is correct.
All right, so the best way to run that stock hand mic is pull it to the side of your mouth and talk across it. Do not talk directly into it. Pull it to the side of your mouth and speak across it. Roger?
That's an input I've never heard before. But I'm sure it's got the
Yeah, so I'm my Milford PA-SDR is down again. God, constantly with that thing. Let me get back here. I had a pretty good copy on you on Milford. I did go to my local. All right, come back and Lee, tell me about your antenna system, please. Tell me in about 15 seconds about your antenna system.
Roger.
About your antenna system.
Yeah, I'm just starting with the antenna, and I've got the, basically it's a half-wave in-bed antenna. And really, it's a nice multi-band antenna. You want it to do it. With the antenna performance, and now it's a matter of just getting them up in the right direction so I've got coverage, because they do appear to be a little nodal in their propagation. Is that long enough for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me give you some notes for when you find other things like, do you know where your equalization is?
Well, I've got so far is I'm running the, yeah, my bass is -1, my treble is +3, and the bandwidth I'm running, I think, is 100 to
Yeah, kind of faded off there at the end of that. Your bandpass, you want to be 100 to 2900. You want your bandpass to be 100 to 2900 on the 7300. It has 3 possible selections. I suggest that you put all 3 in the 100 to 2900 nomenclature, so you cannot run that radio in any other bandpass but 100 to 2900. Roger?
Okay. Does the transmitter switch with the, I noticed it's a transmitter bandwidth, so I was assuming that, as long as you got, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, faded out again, Lee. Yes, when you change your bandpass, both the receiver and the transmitter are affected. So what you want to do is to operate that radio in the widest possible bandpass. That radio sounds just beautiful in the 100 to 2900, and there's no reason to compromise. Some folks think that when they DX our contest that they need to close that frequency response down to less than 100 to 2900, but they're just shooting themselves in the foot, because when you start restricting your bandpass, the first thing that happens is you lose your top end in transmit, and there goes the neighborhood, because we're talking about articulation and being able to understand words, and a lot of that is formulated by high frequency content in the audio. And when you start restricting that bandpass, that whole top end gets whacked off, and there goes your intelligibility. So you want to operate that radio in the 100 to 2900 bandpass, Roger?
Roger. You're really right, because one of the things I've noticed when I'm doing DXing late at night is if I switch it down to the second filter, which is 300 to 2700, it seems like it's a little bit easier to copy. But I understand the effect of on the transmit side and losing the highs. So you're absolutely right, and I hadn't really thought it through, but that's a wonderful idea. I yearn for the old days where we still had the fidelity we used to have on the end, but keeping your bandwidth out of the high end does about the best we can do.
Roger, Lee, you faded out again. The best way to operate that 7300 for the receiver is no noise reduction. Do not run the noise reduction on the 7300. Do not run noise blank on the 7300. Those are, they just get in the way of the performance of that radio. You also want to run in the filter 1 position for your receiver, filter 1, which is a no filter position. They couldn't figure out how to say this really isn't anything, as opposed to calling it a filter, but it is a no filter position. Number 1, Roger.
Roger. That's a good answer. I appreciate that. By the way, you're running about 10 over 9, and I wouldn't mind a signal report when you get around to it. You may have already given it to me, but I guess the bass and treble settings sound okay. I'm turning the microphone sideways again. I appreciate the comment. that one might take me a while, so I appreciate the input.
Yes, certainly you are very wide-banded audio-wise. You have a nice bottom end, a nice top end. Just keep working that microphone to the side. Pull it to the side of your mouth, work across it. That way you'll minimize any plosives and mouth noises that you might incur if you worked it straight in. So work across it. And your dynamic range looks good, 3 dB. And again, your audio curve is just beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing, Roger.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was looking at it on the spectrum scope here, and that I've never done that before. I never really thought through it, but I can certainly see the top end is modulating nicely, and there's a bit more bass in there than I would have thought since I got the bass turned down. But well, I really appreciate your input. I keep fading out, and I just realized what's going on here. I'm asking you for a signal report, and you're running on an SDR receiver, so it just finally clicked.
No, matter of fact, for quite some time I've been on my local antenna. The thing is, I run at very reduced RF levels on the receiver, to the point that I'm not into AGC compression at all, and you can't have an S meter reading without compression. That's what the S meter is reading, is the compression of your AGC circuit. So what I'm doing is trying to get the best possible audio recording. So I'm staying out of AGC compression, because what happens when you have your RF receive RF level turned up, between words you hear this coming between the words, and that's an anomaly that I just as soon not have, and it's not correct. That's not really what's happening. That's what's happening with your radio, but that's not really what's happening with the signal. The signal is staying constant, and so what I want to do is bring that RF level down to where I can capture reality without interfering with the AGC. So because I'm running reduced RF level, I can't give you a real S meter reading, but I can give you a reading that's based on my VU meter, because I'm taking my audio out into a VU meter, and I've calibrated your peaks at 0 level in the VU meter, and then when you cease speaking, I'm looking at the noise level, which is in your case 8 dB down. So you are 8 dB above my noise level, Roger.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a very useful input. Now I know why I'm fading a little bit on you, because I've only got 8 dB signal to noise ratio to work with. And by the way, I'm an electrical engineer. You'd think I know the fact that the AGC is compression on the receive side, and raise the energy current level. I appreciate that. The old lesson relearned. By the way, my compliments on your ability to get some of these concepts and settings across the folks, because you have a very mild manner about it, and it comes through as a very helping hand, kindly, friendly, knowledgeable helping hand. So, and I know it takes a lot of work. I appreciate it, and I know most of the other guys in front of me have appreciated it as well. This is N4WYE.
Roger Lee, and your last 15 seconds were a pretty good level, so you have a good air check there. If you'd like to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, and on that page, page 1, hopefully, you'll be looking for an air check entitled My Group Air Check 8/21/20, today's date, 8/21/20, my group air check, and we'll probably have it up within 48 hours. Roger?
Roger. Okay, I appreciate that. That'll be a fun thing to do. I'd appreciate that. I've certainly never had the opportunity to do that, and that would help me a lot. So, I gather you said you're in Kentucky. You're from... When I was in college, my dad was in the 101st Airborne. In fact, he had the dubious job of being the Inspector General of the 101st Airborne. And when I got to service, I went to jump school at Fort Benning, lovely place, and then got sent to Germany. So, and I agree with you about Fort Knox. I'm sure there's no nickel's worth where they tell everybody there is. I appreciate the help. Looking forward to listening to the radio, from the other direction. And I do appreciate your patience with helping me out. I feel a whole lot better about having the setup right. And now I know, where and how the settings got put together, and so and your call again was Kilo Victor 9 Victor Kilo Victor. I just want to make sure I got it right.
Right, the call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor KC9VKV, and I spent some time up in your dad's area there in the late 70s, in the late 60s actually, I guess 68, 69, 70 in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, 2 stations, WFLB in Fayetteville and WFBS in Spring Lake, which is just a couple of miles off of Pope Air Force Base. Roger?
Okay. Yeah, I went to summer camp at Fort Bragg, and spent some time down there as well. Not a lot. I'm from North Carolina originally, actually from the Raleigh-Durham area. Went to the Citadel in Charleston, and then went to Duke, North Carolina for an MBA. But it's a nice spot in the world, around North Carolina, and retired in Atlanta. Actually, we retired to Hilton Head at first, and my wife decided that the alligator in the backyard wasn't. So we moved back to Atlanta, where we had some friends and some medical facilities. So, well, you and I are about the same age. I was in the service from 65 to 68 on active duty. So, we're pretty close to the same age.
Roger that, Lee. And also, when you consult the YouTube Qso-Vlog, you'll see that I have a what's called is input source indicator, and so you can tell when I'm on my local receiver and when I switch to one of the SDRs, because there's a light matrix that follows my my input select. Roger.
Okay, all right, that's most helpful. I've gotten into using the SDRs, the web SDRs, and I must admit, even being an engineer, I am amazed how far software has taken radio. My son's a software type, and he's convinced me that software is going to take over the world. I got a grandson that's now moving to Alaska, but he's 11 years old, 10 years old at the time, and I was trying to get him into maybe getting exposed to ham radio. I had an airborne Archery 90 type receiver available, and I thought, okay, I'll fire it up and take it up to him and let him just play with it as a softwave, shortwave listener. And up there, and it smoked when I turned it on. And I realized, getting parts for a vacuum tube type amplifier, getting high voltage capacitors and tubes and things like that are, it's not a practical thing to do, I found. So I ended up getting a small SDR. I can handle a Mac computer pretty well, so we got him started on USB SDRs, and we had a lot of fun with it. So it is amazing how far the technology underneath all these microphones has gone over the years. Listen, I'll let you go. I want to thank you for the input and your talk. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to going and checking out the website and listening to my rather melodious voice. I appreciate it. You take care. Be safe, and thanks for all the help.
Roger Lee, three's that way, sir, and I think you'll enjoy your recording. Could have used a little bit more signal strength, but Mother Nature controls all that, and it doesn't matter particularly what we want. It's what she decides to give us, so we have to deal with it. Let me say threes to you there, Lee, and come back and let me know exactly what your location is. I never got that. Where are you, sir?
Never got that. Where are you, sir?
Yes, I'm in a suburb of Atlanta called MARIETTA. Again, that's MARIETTA, Marietta. And it's a suburb just on the north side of Atlanta.
Oh, did you say you are near Atlanta?
Yes, I'm a suburb of Atlanta called Marietta. Marietta is the suburb on the north side of Atlanta.
Roger, Leo. I was just wondering why I was picking you up better on the Atlanta SDR than any of them. So now the truth becomes evident, and the reason is location, Roger.
Well, it does help a lot. I must admit, talking to a few handful of an awful lot of guys on the nets going, and it's amazing how many of them are using SDRs as backups to when they can't quite hear on their own radio.
Yeah, Roger. We run 4. Arlington, Virginia, Milford, PA, Rochester, New York, and Georgia. And you guys must be having like a thunderstorm down that way.
Well, I must admit, I've disconnected my antennas every day for the last 7 days. And we have had thunderstorms, rather vivid thunderstorms, as a matter of fact. They're scattered, but there's an awful lot of lightning. In fact, one of them pops on my hand radio operating favorite on my computer is real-time lightning, just to kind of watch out for it.
Roger, just grabbing some coffee there. Well, listen, let me jump out of here, Lee. It is past our time. I have been becoming a pumpkin for the last 5 minutes, so let me say threes down that way and enjoyed it, Roger.
Threes down that way and enjoyed it, Roger.
I appreciate it. And your handle is Jim, right?
The name is Jim, Juliet India Mike, Roger.
Here's Jim, Juliet India Mike.
Look forward to it. Seeing you next time. I appreciate all the help and feel a lot more confident at the dials here on the radio. And looking forward to listening to your recording. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Be safe. KC9VKV, November 4th, Whiskey, Yankee Echo. Thanks again.
Roger, Lee, threes that way, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And that will wrap up our Qso-Vlog for this Friday afternoon. Since 3:30, we've been recording live till 5. And, gosh, at 5 o'clock, we turn into a pumpkin, so we got to get out of here. If you have participated in the show, want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. We're running about 1,260 some odd recorded QSOs at the moment, but on page 1 you'll be looking for an entity called My Group AIRCHECK 8/21/20. Today's date, My Group AIRCHECK 8/21/20. So with that, I will say adieu to everyone, and this is KC9 returning this frequency back to amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.